Good afternoon, Tara. Bonjour. Добрый день. It's my great pleasure to be a participant of this conference, and it's a great honor to be a keynote speaker. Today I'm presenting the results of our common study with my colleague, professor of Clermont School of Business, Marina Bourgan. 3 years ago, I was invited by my French colleague to continue my teaching and research activities in safety place in France. Actually, I'm from Kharkiv, Ukraine. And I have been working as the head of Department of Global Economy at the State Biotechnological University before the war. Today, my report deals with the ecological issues of reskilling. However, I cannot avoid mentioning that it is a huge threat for humanity, mankind being, ecology, from Russian aggression, and I pray for peace, for common efforts and collaboration to make our planet, to make Europe and planet safety and prosperous. As you know, at the end of 2019, the European Union launched the start of European Green Deal. And it was announced that it's a new growth strategy that aims to transform the European Union into a fair and prosperous society. This deal has become an answer for modern challenges, for the threats from ecological side for the future generation. And this strategy is a really ambitious, large-scale and comprehensive plan. It covers different industries, it covers different areas of activities, and obviously, this large-scale and comprehensive plan must be supplemented numerous regulations, actions, new business models, and reskilling labor force. Actually, the OECD held the summit, Skills Summit in 2024 and paid attention to the ecological issues of labor force reskilling. So as I told you, there are different areas that the European Green Deal covers. I have to admit that there is a significant amount of publication, of scientific publication devoted to the different issues of green transformation, as well as twin transformations, green and digital transformation. I mentioned just some of them, and it's just a drop in the big ocean of modern scientific research. For example, Arnaud Dimar, Manuel Morales developed business models related to the green economy, circular economy. Bogoslov and other researchers they paid attention to the influence of green transformation on entrepreneurial activity. Also, the benefits of employees training for employees, for employers and organizations were studied by some scientific research institutes, organizations, and researchers. The demand for green and greening jobs was studied by Barioni and Mansell, and there are a lot of different publications and findings regarding the progress in the European Green Deal. The results of development, the results of public policies, the results of society efforts are regulatory background that were developed, and I just put in this slide only a small part of some acts that were implemented and developed and implemented, but actually it is a huge area. There are hundreds regulatory acts were adopted for the progress of the European Green Deal. Our study focused on the quantitative assessment of the involvement of French companies in the employees' training with ecological focuses. We tested some characteristics of enterprises that influence on this involvement. These characteristics are company size, industries, the belonging of enterprise to group networks, tax exemptions. The methodology of our study is based on the quantitative approach. We used Microsoft Excel and SPSS. Our database consists of 18,817 companies, French companies across France. Since the variables are mainly categorical, we use chi-square test and Fien-Kramer's coefficient calculations to give answer for our research question. This database is a result of the French component of employee training survey, and that survey was conducted by French Public Research Center, CEREC, DERS, and French Competence in 2022 regarding the professional training in 2021. For the purpose of our survey, we define 5 groups of enterprises: mini enterprises that include 1-2 employees, micro, small, medium, and large, with more than 250 employees. The main hypothesis regarding the association between different facts that influence on the company's involvement into employee training were there is no association between the size of enterprise and its involvement in different types of professional training, in the professional training aimed at raising awareness of the ecological transition, into the professional training aimed at learning about environment regulation, about technical aspects of production processes to ecological transition, and others. It was hypothesis 0 and hypothesis 1 that state there are actually different hypotheses because we studied the influence of different factors that say that there is association between these variables. What is our finding? So, as you see, first of all, 64.4% of French companies participated in professional training, and also you can see that this percentage is much higher for the large companies in compare with micro, small and middle companies. And actually the chi-square test confirmed that yes, the size of enterprise was an essential factor for the company's involvement into the professional training, different types of professional training. The same approach was applied for other hypothesis testing, among them regarding including the courses related to awareness of the ecological transition challenging in professional training, and we have the results that our asymptotic significance is much less than 0.05, and it testifies that there is the association between variables, the size of enterprise and the participation of this enterprise employees in professional training regarding awareness of the ecological transition changes. This one more variable was about including the module related to awareness about environment regulations, and we can see again that asymptotic significance less than 0.05, and actually Fee and Kramer's weak coefficient testify about moderate strengths of relationship between tested variables. And again, one more variable regarding ecological training, and in this case, we have training for about environmental regulations in standards. But we have the percentage of companies, the average percentage of companies is not very high, 5.8. In this case, but we can see that the percentage for the big company is higher, 16.1%. And again, one more question about technical regulations. Yes, I see. Yeah. Thank you very much. Thank you for reminding. And some more issues were tested. Actually, we created one more variable, and it confirmed that just 12.6% from 18,817 companies participated in different types of ecological training. Also, we studied influence if companies belonging involved in professional training. We were surprised because this fact was essential for the large enterprises. One more variable also was studied, and we considered, did companies get benefits from tax incentives, from tax exemptions. Only, as you see, 22.6% companies did got these benefits, and right now the differences between companies of from construction, manufacturing, trade, and other industries' involvement in the agricultural training, in the professional training regarding ecological issues, But the most sad data for us was this number. Only 4.6% of companies included ecological topics in the top 3 of skills that they consider as increasingly important over next few years. So there are quantitative and qualitative side of this research. Quantitative side gives us numbers, qualitative side gives us the conclusion that the level of companies' involvement in ecological training was not sufficient in compared to this comprehensive and large-scale task of the European Green Deal. Thank you very much for your attention. And I would like to express also my deep gratitude to organizers of this conference who developed its plan, who implemented this plan and turned it into reality. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. One question, perhaps, if we have time for. What are the main sectors in France where you see reskilling is most urgently needed to support the green transition?
You mean in terms of different industry sectors?
Yes, well, in the economy overall, when you look at the skill sets.
Thank you very much for your question. But I think it's impossible to give answer in just to give one priority to one sector, because this transformation, Green Deal transformations, have to include transformation of all sectors.
Right. Any more questions from the audience? There is one. Okay. Can we bring the microphone to that gentleman? Thank you.
Hello. And
Hello.
What would you like implement to the offices for them to be more ecological? What would you do?
Thank you very much for your question. Thank you very much. I can tell you the experience of right now Clermont School of Business. Actually, the professors got possibility to use bikes to get to the school. Also, the heating system of the school was changed just last year, and new technologies were implemented and new batteries were installed to save energy. So France is working actively to implement principles of Green Deal.
And artificial intelligence is actually regulating the ventilation and heating in this campus. So a lot of electricity saved by that. Thank you once again.
Thank you.